Now, I've talked about it's been heard all over the globe. I'm not going to cover each and every one of them, but some other countries that have reported the same phenomenon as the sky trumpet, not the racist 12-year-old cops, Germany, Australia, and New Zealand. However, let's talk about Canada, the Windsor Hum.
Germany. Australia and New Zealand are kind of creepy just because, like, I think Australia and New Zealand are the types of places where if there's like nature as an entity and like that, those are the types of places where it would still exist.
Well, if Australia,
you got the Aborigines out there, well, that's
I
Native
think,
American.
honestly, in my opinion, Australia and New Zealand, or probably just Australia, it probably can be reduced down to kangaroos.
I literally just watched a video recently of a guy that went on a road train, they call them. Because, like, when they go from, like, the East Coast or whatever, like, Sydney area to whatever's on the other side, they'll, like, the semis out there, like, they're not like, they don't do them like they do here. Like, when they're doing that cross-country out there, they'll hook up, like, 2 or 3 trailers to one truck. It just long-haul that shit. And it was, like, a 4-day thing.
Yeah.
It actually looked pretty nice. The sunsets and sunrises were like super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Guy was talking about how you just absolutely plow through kangaroos. Apparently,
oh, you plow.
They're a nuisance there.
Oh,
yeah. There's no like they're like hogs down south. How there's like just open season on them all year
I
round.
thought you were talking about women at the bar. My bad.
Boom. But yeah, like how there's no season for hogs in like Texas and shit. It's like that for kangaroos in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Like. They jump out in front of trucks, like semis and shit, like we deer do here, but more often.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
New Zealand looks cool as though. That's where they shot Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Germany? Germany? I don't know.
Anyway, the Windsor Hum.
They should build a wall around Germany just to teach them a lesson.
They tried that.
No, just for them. Just to teach them a lesson.
Well, I shouldn't say around Germany. They tried to, there was one in the middle of a city.
Yeah, a couple cities. That reminds me, I have a deep dive that I'm randomly going to go on YouTube that's super random, but it's just Chechnya. I want to learn about Chechnya.
Why?
Because you hear about Chechnya in every action movie. There's Chechnyan rebels. There's Chechnyan assassins. And apparently it's a real thing, and apparently they really do that shit.
Okay.
I watched a guy talk about how he got into like a sniper battle, and he was like, I heard there was a Chechnyan sniper in the area that had been like taking heads since he was like 14. And I guess he took like from a certain angle, and he was like, that's the Chechnyan. So I was like, now I got to find out, like, what is this like the Dagestan with guns? Like, the is going on in Chechnya, and where is it?
All right. Now, we have to talk about the Windsor Hum, and because this...
It sounds like a sex move. It sounds like something you'd see on Urban Dictionary.
This kind of, we like to play it down the middle here at the GITN Podcast. We don't go full paranormal, and we don't go full skeptic. We are Switzerland. We keep it in the middle. Now, and I think Windsor kind of will satisfy the non-fun skeptical people. This was a persistent low-frequency hum heard for years.
Continuously?
Yes. Well, not continuously, but at certain times. Like at night. It wasn't like 24 hours a day.
Okay. All right.
It affected sleep of the residents, caused headaches. It was eventually linked with high confidence, to an industrial operation on Zug Island, which actually is in the U.S.
Zug Island is not a industrial operation. Zug Island is definitely like a porn website or a strip club.
No.
Welcome to Zug Island.
No. When the plant activity changed, the reports dropped.
Huh.
So
what the are they doing?
I don't know.
That they were making like the B-52s or whatever the bomber and shit like that.
I didn't go that far into it. So this was not a paranormal or supernatural hum. This most likely, with a high probability, was just the infrastructure and industry hum that they were hearing. Well, if you think about it,
Maybe it was just a bunch of people watching Red Robin commercials at the same time.
I think I've watched
Yum.
a show, one of those shows, Mysteries of the Unexplained type. I watched an episode on the Windsor Hum. But if you think about it, if you listen, the daytime hours or the day or early evening hours,
it could be happening and you wouldn't even know it.
Are the noisiest times where
Yeah.
there's a lot of ambient noise, cars. Nighttime, it gets a little bit more. There's still city noises, but it's not nearly as loud and as harsh as.
Well, especially in winter.
Right.
Because, it's cold and I've verbally said it to you multiple times because we live together and, you'll come out front when I'm smoking and, I will point out it's weirdly still, which you really never get during the daytime.
Right.
There's always birds or cars or trains or some shit.
Right. So, this was not probably just there's a rational explanation for this. So this kind of proves, I don't want to say proves, but it gives credibility to the industrial type cause of it. Now, I will say this, if I'm not mistaken, they are attributing this hum when they talk about the railroad to the locomotives warming up. They're
Yeah, I've heard that.
But here's the thing.
It's the sounds you played are weirdly too high pitched. Well, I don't want to say too high pitched because I don't know for sure, but it sounds more high pitched than any time I've ever heard a locomotive not in motion.
Yeah. If it was the train yards and the diesel engines or whatever kind of engines they have warming up, I think this would be a more common occurrence. Because last time I checked,
there's trains everywhere,
and they pretty much run 365.
Not around here. They run 365, but they pause every 10 minutes when it's at an intersection that you're waiting at.
I don't think they take many days off. So I would think this would be a nightly occurrence, like the whistle I hear every night. I've heard this whistle listening back to the train, listening back to the podcast when I've edited it.
Yeah.
So
I know, because my room faces that direction.
Yeah. So
somehow I sleep through that. I don't know how.
I have an issue with saying
just dropping it on that.
Yeah, it'd be consistent nightly.
Yeah.
So that's where
and you think that would have been identified by now?
Right. Pretty
quickly, really.
I think in a lot of cases, skeptics tend to just overvalue their explanations. They don't think it through. Now, if it's an industrial business or some kind of manufacturing and people are hearing it over and over and over again, like the Windsor incident, where there was a change made and boom, it cut off. That I can get behind. That makes sense to me. When this was heard over years and then they made whatever change they made there at Zuggy Island, it stopped. Okay, that lends a little bit more credibility to it. Now, like I said, we play both sides of the fence. We swing both ways here at GITN.
We're bi.
We covered the skeptical truth, but we also, we're not getting any feedback, are we? I hope not. We, like I said, we covered the skeptical side. Now we're going to cover the paranormal, something that
starring Henry Cavill.
The paranormal, which is it's borderline not being you can't explain this one.
Bunch of ghosts busted.
And that is the UK case.
It's always ghosts in the UK.
I don't think ghost is a part of this, but
I think it's just because they're so pale that they are all just walking ghosts.
The reports of sky trumpets in Bristol, Birmingham, London outskirts, and Stroud back in 2012 is the strangest case probably of the sky trumpets.
So Marcus Stroud, Bristol Motor Speedway, Birmingham, Alabama, and London, Ontario, Canada.
No.
Got it.
This is I should say it was heard in urban and rural areas. So it wasn't just a city. It was heard in the farmlands too. There was no single industry they could blame. It has
clean.
very similar characteristics as some of these other locations. Low frequency or oscillating tones people felt them more than they could feel them too, like the vibration.
That's icky. I don't like that.
I mean,
No, I get it, but like for an unexplained one that is like nationwide or some shit, I don't like that. That's uncomfortable. That makes me automatically think that there's going to be some type of radiation along with it.
This was also heard during the daylight hours, but more powerful or more stronger at night.
A where sound.
Now, not only did it have a sound, there were symptoms felt by people. Anxiety, sleep disturbance. You all right? You think you'd be better at swallowing by now.
It's white and cloudy too. Holy shit.
But people felt anxiety, had sleep disturbances, and a sense of pressure or dread when hearing these noises. Which, with infrasound, we've talked about infrasound.
Yeah, they use that. It's a military weapon.
A lot of people think that Diablo Pass, that was infrasound. The wind whipping through that canyon caused those motherfuckers to go batshit crazy. So infrasound does have an effect. And if you've done any paranormal research or investigation, you have to play into the infrasound. Look at that card, essentially, and kind of rule that out.
Yeah.
It can make you feel a certain way. It can make you feel funny in your nether region.
Or as Rich Homie Quan would say, it might make you feel some type of way.
Right. Now, in this case, news crews actually recorded these. Just not some yahoo.
Some yokel.
With
not us.
Like probably like what I played.
Yeah.
Somebody recording it, taking it to the news.
It would have been so good if one of those clips you could hear somebody just mouth breathing in the background. I'm allowed to say that. I'm a mouth breather.
But this was recorded by journalists while they were, I would assume, going live, doing a live remote. Police and large crowds all heard it all at the same time.
Oh, excuse me.
The sound was described as metallic, directionless, coming from above. Often stopped abruptly, not naturally.
How does a droning sound metallic?
I think I read that metallic sound as, or I decipher that as manufactured, mechanical.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That I understand more.
I think that makes more. I'm assuming that's what they mean by metallic, but I don't know.
Because as soon as I hear metallic, I'm like, all right. So like a decent amount of distortion, some sustain, maybe a little wah-wah pedal.
Well, now,
2, 5. What if that's the sound? That'd be equally as scary. You just hear metallic. You just hear Ride the Lightning, just like a foot everywhere at a period of time. And you're just like, all right, either something really cool is about to happen or we're fucked because it's literally the apocalypse.
Now, the common explanation that people are given that the experts, so-called experts, give to this don't really play out here.